Nyanyele mistake. Welcome, Wenger in. Where's Wenger in? I like the turnout today from our tier 3 drivers. Tyson, mic check. Tyson, mic check.
Sup.
Let's go.
Oh, what up?
I think you boys will run with it. I'll just broadcast from the side. So that's fine. Or do you want to broadcast? Have the control, Tyson.
I'm chilled, eh? You
chilled.
can.
Yeah, let's follow you, Leach. It's chill.
Okay, cool. All right, shout out. So I'm gonna be dependent. I'm gonna be dependent on you guys for navigation. Yeah. Definitely. Shout out.
No, that's right.
14, 10 outs. Let's go. Tier 3. Let's go, boys.
Are we live? Are we live right now?
We are live with tier 3. One shot, 50 laps of action-packed driving. Let's go.
Good evening. Where's our family? There's only two. Let's pick the numbers up.
Yep. Sandy Bonani, 15 laps out in Singapore, one of the most technically demanding tracks. Crash, you can attest to this. You just raced this track a few minutes ago. How difficult on a scale of 1 to 10 is this track?
8. It's a good 8, huh? It's a good 8, 9. It was quite tricky because, I mean, obviously, one has flipped over to manual, so I was manualing it. But actually, on the contrary, it's the movement. It's the movement of changing gears up and down, which is quite difficult because it takes getting used to. But then on the other side, it works quite well when you're going into corners because there's a lot of areas whereby you save the car using the gears. Your gear change down, change up and stuff because it's got more grip. So I mean, it works on both ends. What do you think?
Yeah. Now, 100% definitely agree. It is very, very difficult when you lose grip on the tires, like in a matter of a short amount of time. The soft tires don't last too long. Even the mediums wouldn't go as long as they would on another track. And as soon as you start losing that grip, the lap times drop. Super, super, super difficult. The end of the race, the last 10 laps, for me, were particularly difficult. And how did you find qualifying? What was your thinking in terms of tires and in terms of how you pushed the qualifying?
Qualifying was difficult for me. Actually, I wasn't around for qualifying for a good 12 minutes because I was actually on a work call. So I jumped on around just 6 minutes left. And then I tried to put in a lap or two. Obviously, with the pressure, the panic and everything, I made a mistake or two here and there. So I kept on validating. But then, so I never set a time. So hence why I started in P14 right at the back. And then, I had to navigate up, did that, went all the way up into P4, and then I got a bit eager. At the restart of the safety car, so it was quite difficult.
Of these 14 drivers that we have here, I think it's one of our best turnouts for tier 3 so far. Who are you looking at to potentially stamp their foot down?
Oh, it's raining.
Oh, my word.
Singapore, let's go.
Man.
Wow. Interesting.
They have one shot to get this right. It is raining. I'm not sure. Have you seen? Is Brown Boy here? I know. And Quali is here, and he's pretty quick. Shezzy also has some pace.
Shezzy had beautiful pace. Took pole last week. The last race. Skinny Gamer won the race. He was dominant throughout. Pretty much lapped everyone. So those are the guys to look out for. Haven't seen the rest, but then again, they're driving in different conditions today, So let's wait and see what they have in store for us.
100%, gents. Just to give you a shout out there. I think Brampo is affected by load shedding once again, so I think he had to excuse himself.
All right.
Unfortunate. He's one of our star guys.
Yeah.
3,
Looking forward to having him back. But Nkwali's here driving for LP, and as you said, Shezzy in the Aston Martin has been laying it down.
And we are Final leading from the starts. Final ZN leading from the Nkwali.
Has pretty much taken that lead. It's Nkwali versus Lusapo at the moment.
Lusapo was in second. Don. Shout out to Lemon Herb.
Oh, no! And Don spins, putting himself out of the reckoning. Skinny Gamer,
out.
He's out, yes. So currently leading is Lusapo in the Ferrari. He is the one to beat with just one shot to get this right. Nkwali is close behind, Crash.
So yeah, it's quite close. Lusapo and Nkwali Fana running up the top 3. So let's see how it goes.
Let us see. Sima Rules is making himself heard here in P5 as things stand. Lumster the Gangsta keeping it steady in the middle in P6 as things stand. Of course, there's still a long way to go in this lap. Look at that Ferrari slipping and sliding, that leading Ferrari on full wet compound tires. So Crash, if it stays like this and they start off on the wet, in a track like this, in these conditions, man, we are going to see some problems here today.
Ooh, the Ferrari just banged the wall there. I'm certain he's going to lose some time there.
Yeah, but he manages to hang on.
Sidge is up to third. Sidge is up to third. Sima's up to third.
Yeah,
so
Sima
changing.
It's chopping and changing, absolutely. Lusapo and Nkwali are still the ones to beat as far as pace is concerned. Remember, they try to cross the line as quickly as possible. They only have one shot, like Eminem said back in 2002. Sima has retired from this session in the Aston Martin. He is out. He does not get a chance to set that quickest time, leaving Fana in P3 as things stand, Crash.
Yeah, he's made his way back up. I think he made a mistake, so he's forced back up. Also, can we whisper in Zot's ear? Tell him to go and tell them that first corner, take it easy.
We know how it is. Braking zones, very important. I told them braking zones are very important for Tier 3.
Absolutely important.
Don
we have lost
retired.
Don as well.
Nkwali takes it at the end.
Wow, at the death, he puts on a 2 minutes, 4 seconds, .919 in full wet conditions, followed by Lusapo and then Fana in P3. Better Call Keys is in P4. Wadinepe is in P5. The Mercedes Lumster the Gangsta is in P6. And we have Wenger in Stitch Big and Deep State.
It's crazy how Lumster's a doctor, by the way, but look at his name.
Oh man,
street cred, man.
He's got to do exactly what he's got to do for street cred. Full wet conditions on one of the most technical, most challenging tracks. Really well done to all these drivers who managed to put on a time. Just 7 of them, as you will see on your screen shortly. Wenger in is the last of those to put on a time at 2 minutes 19.232. And, well, some of the fast drivers like Shazzy and Skinny Gamer are going to have their work cut out, especially if it's wet conditions to start off, Crash.
Yeah, definitely. Firstly, shout out to Tier 3, man. 14 guys showed up, and they were extremely punctual. We never waited for them to start the race, so that's quite brilliant. You know, that's good discipline. That's where it starts. So, I mean, all the guys, your Skinny Gamers, your Seamers had a good drive. Shazzy. Yeah, they've got some ground to make up, you know, but they must take it easy. I mean, you saw really through the Tier 2 race, you know, people held it down, you know. Quite good track positioning, seeing it through, navigating through traffic. Yeah, it was a brilliant race. So, yeah, let's wait and see what they have in store for us. Are we starting in the rain or what?
This is what we're going to see in a matter of seconds, Crash. Ooh, it looks clear.
Size
of relief all throughout the paddock for about 15 laps of racing out here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit. It is Bob and Crash here in the comments. We have about less than 20 seconds to go before this race gets underway. That's a sigh of relief, Crash. At least
this is the only evening race on the calendar, by the way.
Yeah.
Singapore.
Coming on later this year, as far as our reality, our universe is concerned. So we're looking forward to that when it gets underway. And Crash, take us through the start here as the lights are about to go out.
Lights out. Good start by Wally. Takes the first corner.
He takes it, yes, from Lusapo.
Goes through. Still clean. I can see positions changing. Yellow flags.
Still very clean. It is a virtual safety car to start things off. And let's just get a sense of...
it's a full safety car.
Full safety car. Better Call Keys and Wadinepe have dropped 9 places. Meanwhile, Skinny Gamer has gained 9 places, Crash, all the way from the back of the grid to P4.
Guys, wings have been flying all over the show.
They have.
Don't tolakala.
They have. Take it easy, gentlemen. Take it easy. Slow down. Take a deep breath. Regroup, man.
Yeah, Don Talakala driving wingless. So is Wenger in. Wenger in has their wings out here in the first lap of 15 here. And quality has managed to hang on to the lead. The gap between him and Lusapo, of course, will be re-established perhaps when the safety car comes in. Hopefully we don't have too much of a safety car, which is 15 laps
Fana
of racing.
Finder in third, aka Fana ZN in racing. He's got stage names and alter egos for everything, clearly.
We have Skinny Gamer who's nudged, fought, elbowed his way up to P4. Looks at a gangster. Dr. Gangster in P5. Purple Sector of Day keeps the Doctor at the Marina Bay Street Circus. Estage Big is in P6. And the Red Bull in P7 we have Chevy in the Aston Martin crash.
In P8. Followed in P7, followed closely by Sima, also in the Aston, so you know they're keeping close to each other. Wonder what's going to happen there. Wengerin in 9, Celindo, the number 10, Holden Hearts in number 10.
Yeah, and Better Call Keys is in 11th place, currently
Lost
wingless.
7 positions.
Yep, making the way straight to the pit lane, followed by Wadanip. Also, this is the wingless a section of the track in P12. Wadanip in the Mercedes. Don Valaka. Don Talakala. Tom Valaka. Don in the McLaren is in P13 and Deep Saint in the Aston Martin makes up the rear in P14 at the back of this grid. Man, how difficult, Crash, is it to keep your concentration on a track like this? Do you find it more challenging than others, or is it pretty much any 50% race, any race on breakaway is a challenge as far as concentration is concerned?
Deep Saint, sorry guys, Deep Saint just pulled. He just crashed entering the pit.
Guys and the viewers, please contact him, Shema, and tell them about the pit entrance.
Deep Saint has crashed out under safety car conditions. A tragedy here as Zotal chuckles in the background. Lap 2:15, we have lost Deep Saint, the first driver to retire here in Singapore. And, that is just one less contender for the rest of this grid to think about, as Nkwali snakes his way pretty closely behind the safety car. The 5-second penalties. People are colliding. Man, Crash.
Shout out to some strategy, though. Huh? I think most of the guys that haven't pitted obviously started in the mediums and they're going on in the mediums, which is great. And then some of the guys that have pitted early have thrown on the hards, which is, good strategy.
Yeah, they're really thinking about the long haul. Someone who had started on the mediums because they could not set a time was Skinny Gamer, and now that is all gone to waste because he has lost a wing in P4. Remember, Skinny Gamer had gained 9 places since the start of this race, but now the McLaren driver is going to have to pit and contend with a time penalty and lose all that progress. Man. And the driver behind him looks at the gangster. Dr. Gangster in the Alfa Romeo also has to come to the pits now. So all of that progress is gone, Crash, before safety car comes back in. Ooh, Doctor is struggling. Here.
He misses the pit.
Misses the pit lane completely.
The doctor misses the vein.
He could not insert the drip, so to speak. He crashes. He crashes into finish. He's out.
And he DNFs.
Under safety car, he will be kicking himself. The second driver that we've lost in lap 3 and 15 here in Singapore, potentially extending the life, so to speak, of the safety car crash.
Oh wow. So he's extended the lifespan of the safety car.
He extended the lifespan. Preserve life, says Lumstead Gangsta. I will do my Hippocratic oath, keep my Hippocratic oath, keep the safety car alive as is my duty, but not what the people ask for out here, Mr. Gangsta. And unfortunately, you are out here. We have had 3 laps worth of safety cars, and Quietly is still hanging on to the lead from the Staffo here. We wait for the safety car to come back.
Shout out to Manager Streezy there. He's cheering there for Don Herb.
Manager Streezy, the cheerleader, he's got the pom-poms in Haas livery somehow. Streezy is both a DJ and an expert cheerleader. Let's see what's happening in the comments, Crash. Liddy says, shout out to Wandy, my boy. Shazy says, Loons in the comments. My money's on Fana, says Dini in the comments. And what else is happening? Comedy.
Whoever said the safety cars on a full tank never lied. Safety car coming in.
It's coming in. So after all that drama, yes, Crash.
Yeah. Let's see what's happening. Hopefully the guys catch up. So have a nice tight race again.
Yep, hopefully they do catch up. And Quelly, Crash, let's put ourselves in Quelly's shoes here. He's in the lead. It's been 3 laps worth of safety car. He's been, obviously, we haven't been racing. How much of a chance is there for him to possibly get into his head too much and, kind of lose his cool a little bit as we resume here?
I think he needs to get the start right. If he gets it wrong, obviously he's going to be under pressure from Lusapo, and then whenever you've got pressure behind you, mistakes are prone to happen.
Yeah.
So that's the trickiest thing about leading, you always make mistakes from the front, especially, He sends it. He
absolutely sends it. Lusapo responds, but right now the gap is building. It's almost a second. It is a second as he makes his way. Hopefully we haven't lost another driver as he better keeps making moves. But Lusapo is 1.2 seconds behind the leader in Quali in the Alpine at the moment. He has kept his cool. He has pretty much managed to extend that gap in less than a lap. He has about 1.3 seconds crash.
Yeah, that was a good start. Good timing. Don has gone up to 9th. Don has made up some positions and got up to 9th.
He really has. And behind these top 2, another person who has been a big mover and has taken full advantage of the hot wings being lost, as KK said in the comments, is Shezzy, who has now worked his way up to P3, having had a bit of a nightmare during the qualifying session. Shezzy, who is no stranger to sending it when the race gets underway, is looking to nudge and claw his way back to Lusapo, who himself has inched to less than half a second behind Inquali in the lead there. Crash.
Ooh, but can you keep it clean? Take it easy. It's difficult to overtake at Singapore. It's difficult for tier 1. So we love with tier 3 right now. So then we'll just understand, the whole thing of nurturing the race. Keeping it close, keeping it easy, and looking for clean or people making mistakes more than anything.
Yeah, and these top 2, these leaders are on medium tires. On a track like this, Crash, how long do you usually expect it for these tires to get within their optimal working range?
I think they can go to they should push it to maybe 8, 9, and then flip onto the softs, just to take it to the end, barring any mistakes happening, obviously.
All right, and Lusapo in that Ferrari has had a couple of purple sectors, and as you can see, he has the fastest lap with a 1:47.642. Shezzy trying to inch back into the reckoning, about 4.2 seconds behind. Right now, Lusapo is piling on the pressure on Inquali, and both of them are on about 60% worth of battery life, these two, the Alpine and the Ferrari. And Lusapo, can you get it done on this long section of the track? Not necessarily. Just 3/10 that gap, Crash.
Yeah, good job. Shout out to Skinny Gamer. He's made up 6 positions as well. It's up to 7. Those are some of our big gainers. Shezi, obviously 7 positions up into 3rd. Sage Fig, he's in 4th, made up 4 positions already.
Let's catch up with Simmer Rules in P6, who is hunting down Fana in that Alpine, and as you can see, he can smell the fumes coming out the back of that blue car. Is Simmer Rules? He inches to the left. Almost kisses the wall, but as Sima does that, Skinny
Gamer's back into the game.
And slide tap of the back tire of Similar Rules from Skinny Gamer there, and he kind of backs off out of that, and Similar Rules manages to hang on there, and he goes on the outside of this turn.
And he keeps the line and he goes through. Yes, he's through.
He goes through. He is in P5. So Sima says to Fana, Skinny Gamer is your problem. And now, Fana, Fana has been surpassed.
Oh, he's lost the wing.
He's lost the wing. He's lost the wing. Man, so just as Sima Rules thought, I got rid of, I dispatched the Fana, and it was Skinny Gamer was Fana's problem. Now he has to contend with Skinny Gamer as he tries to work his way all the way up to Fig, who is in P4 as things stand. Meanwhile, in the battle, yes,
Skinny falling closely there. Sima, he's made up 7 positions already, and he's falling. Oh, hits the wall.
Hits the wall there, and that gap between these two
goes into the pits. Did he lose the wing or what? Yes, he lost the wing. Shezi lost the wing, flips onto the hards. So I'm sure he's looking to go to the end.
Yep, to the end of this race. And, man, this fight between Skinny Gamer and Sima Rules is going to take quite a while.
I just hope they don't lose any wings. They've done so well. They've both gained 8 positions. They are locked in.
Locked in. That rear wing opens for Skinny Gamer. He inches closer and closer. The gap is about half a second. He probably won't be close enough into this left-hander. But, Skinny Gamer's making those hard tires cook crash. Oof. Comes quite close.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the battle for the lead, Lisapo is back to within half a second of Nkwali.
Skinny Gamer, they wheel to wheel, side by side. Ooh!
And Sima goes wide, Skinny Gamer! Yes, he does! And he gets that move done! He hangs on and he stretches that gap. So Sima Rules went wide and paid the price. Skinny Gamer, as things stand, gained P4, gaining 9 places since the start of this race. He is in a fighting mood. We are almost into lap 7 of 15. What a drive this is from Skinny Gamer.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time.
He really does, as Nkwali, trying to defend his lead, sets a fastest lap, as you can see over there. He has a lot to think about, does Nkwali, but he's not panicking as far as his battery use is concerned. It's still run about the 60% mark, so he's using it sparingly, knowing that he does not have the kind of DRS advantage that the Tapper chasing him has out there in the lead. What battles we've seen from the likes of Skinny Gamer, Similar Rules, and Sheziev, of course, has lost those a couple of positions, having lost the wing. But Lisapo is absolutely sending it in this battle between himself and Nkwali. Just to take you through the grid as things stand in lap 7 of 15, Nkwali leads from Lisapo in P2. In P3, we have Sij Fig in the Red Bull. And in P4, we have just seen Skinny Gamer battling it out. P5 is Chevy, and take us through the rest of the grid.
Ooh, Lisapo looks for the dive.
He does!
It's the hairpin.
Oh, absolute close. Oh, really goes wide there. Almost kisses the wall. This is a couple of tenths, and he's going to have to work his way back and re-establish that gap. Will Lisapo here. Meanwhile, the rest of this grid, we have Chesie is in P5, Wagenape P6, Sima Rules is fighting out in P7 as things stand. Fana is in P8, and
oh my God, Don just put on a set of inters.
Donathan Laka has put on a set of intermediate tires. Yeah, that is unfortunate. He's going to have to come back into the pits there. Those intermediates are going to be scorching in these conditions. Look at him slipping and sliding.
Oh, Lisapo almost goes into the...
Meanwhile, we have also lost Eslindo, the third driver to DNF out here in lap 8 of 15. The safety car is out, and that is very lucky for Don, who will then swap out those intermediates for a fresh set of tires. In this situation, I suppose you could slap on the soft tires. They could go to the end of this race. Surely, Crash?
Yeah, definitely, because you're going to put them on, and then you've got about a lap or 2 of the safety car, so which gives you about 5 laps. So you can definitely push them all the way. Great pit there by Sitch Fig. Good call. Proud of him.
Absolutely. So now Sage Fig in P4 in that Red Bull slaps on those soft tires. Of course, he had the luxury of a gap, which was more than 30 seconds before he came out of the pit lane. And I suppose, yeah, what is... Oh, Lusapo's gone! Lusapo's out!
DNFs. Oh, wow.
Lusapo is out of this race!
Wow.
Lusapo in the Ferrari had a golden opportunity to possibly fight for the race win, and under safety car, he is another driver to crash out here in Singapore. Man, Crash, I was going to ask you then what the thinking is potentially, especially for the medium and hard tire runners, as far as pitting is concerned, but I suppose it depends on how close your competitors are to you.
Nkwali could jump in, put on a set of softs. He's got enough time. He's got enough of a buffer and cushion at the front.
Definitely the gap, about 35 seconds, give or take.
Skinny Gamer can throw off the hards, put on the soft, sorry.
Yeah, definitely. The gap.
No truck position.
Is it? Yeah, Sage Fig is probably too close there.
Yeah, close, yeah.
But now Sige is going to have the fight of his life in his hands, or rather Skinny Gamer and Chevy, because Sige is running those soft tires, so he's the big winner here. Sima Rules is quite far behind, I suppose. Well, but then he could pit, but then Wadinepe is too close to him, Crash.
Yeah, no, of course. Actually, Wadinepe, Fana, Wengeren, all of them, they're close.
Don, who was on a set of intermediate tires and was looking to slap on a pair of slick tires, is out of this race. He becomes the fifth
Skinny
driver to crash out.
Skinny jumps in. Skinny jumps into the pit. Oh, Nkwali went in, so Skinny goes in. But Nkwali had the buffer, so he's very, very safe.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Skinny.
Oh, he's saving his penalty. And then they're gonna put on the mediums. Oh no.
He could have conceivably gone for a set of soft tires
Yes.
there, Skinny. Well, yeah, Skinny is has a lot of fighting to do. Shezzy has opted to keep track position on those hard tires, but considering that Skinny has a set of mediums, he could have a fighting chance. What do you think, Crash?
No, definitely.
You think Shezzy can hold off Skinny?
I mean, given the track and he's driving, yeah, definitely he could. Also, remember, if you overpush, if you're pushing too hard, you're prone to make mistakes as well. Yeah. And I'm expecting a couple more wings to fall off. So, let's just wait and see. I think track position is very, very critical as well.
On a track like this, 100%. Just 8 drivers left here in Singapore, and as things stand, Nkwali has managed to hold on to the lead in that Alpine as he follows the safety car. I suppose, well, the view of the back of the safety car is something he's quite familiar with today here in Singapore.
He's led from the start.
Yep. Fig has managed to nudge their way up to P2, and then we have Chezzy on the hard tires in P3 in that Aston Martin. The rest of the grid, Crash, is Skinny Gamer in P4, and then we have
Sima Rules in P5, Fana P6, Better Call Key 47. Everyone's got such fancy names, actually. In 7th, Wadinep in P8.
That is correct. And
then we've got 2, 4, 6 DNFs.
Absolutely dramatic race out here in Singapore. Now Nkwali, his birth name is Siklay Nkwali, born in proud South Africa, racing for the Alpine team. Sige Fig drives for Red Bull, and I see that their name is Sige. Their teammate Wenger In unfortunately crashed out. Dr. Lungsta and Bouquet has also crashed out. Let's see Shezzy, W Shezzy, Wandau, that's Mbule Shezzy to you. Skinny Gamer, that would be Mtoko Vilakazi, yes, in the McLaren. Sima Rules, I'm just going through some driver information here. Sima Rules, that is Simanye, that is their name. And Fana is, of course, Fana. Better Call Keys.
I think Shezzy, sorry to disturb you, I think Shezzy made a mistake, and Sima Rules, they've gone back into the pits.
So that wing damage, probably?
I think so. So that changes the whole grid again, you know? Skinny Gamer's up to 3rd.
Man.
Fana in 4th.
Possibly.
Better Call Key 47. It's jumped up to 5th.
Chezzy comes
gonna
out
come out in 6. Sima 7th and Wadi in 8.
In 8, but because of Sema pitting, Wadi will nudge their way up to P7. So just 8 drivers remaining here in Singapore. And hopefully the safety car will be in this lap, and we could have hopefully 5 or 4 laps of racing, proper racing.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see this to the end.
Just the 3 drivers on a set of soft tires. It is Nkwali, Fig, and down in P6, Chezzy. Those are the 3 on a set of soft tires. And Chezzy overtakes under safety car. I suppose he got the word from the race director. Possibly, maybe Protocol Q was moving too slowly. So Chezzy nudges his way up to P5. And then the medium runners are Skinny Gamer in 3rd, Protocol Key, Waddeep, and Simarus. And just Fana is on the set of hard tires as things stand. Well,
good insights there by Denny. M say remaining 8 don't have penalties, which is good. It's definitely good. Actually, quite brilliant. Track limits and everything have been observed, and they've been doing so well. So you gotta give it to them.
Yeah, on a crash on a track like this, you don't want those time penalties can really knock you down. I think, as was the case in the Tier 2 race, time penalties played a huge factor in some of the podium finishers there. So keeping it clean definitely pays dividends towards the end of this race here. We have just 5 laps before this Singapore Grand Prix is concluded. And Nkwali, having led, is going to try and keep a cool head here to keep Fig behind him when we restart. Hopefully we'll get the message that the safety car is in.
It's definitely in. They've made the call.
Well, it is in, and Nkwali looks to have caught Fig napping. 2.3 seconds, the gap already. 2.5 seconds crash.
Crazy.
Absolutely insane. Fig, who was caught napping, now has to contend with the Skinny Gamer, who is inching closer there. The gap between those two, P2 and P3, is about a second. It was 8 and 9 tenths fluctuating between those two. But Nkwali, in lap 11 of 15, has managed to make sure that he is not challenged when this race restarted. So now the rest of this grid are going to have to scrap it out and fight among themselves. Yes, Crash?
Yeah, it's quite crazy. Fana's lost positions there. He's fallen down to P6. Don't know what happened there. Probably had a bad start.
Yep.
Better Keys chasing as well. He's closing in on Fana. I think he might have brain damage or something.
Yeah, Better Call Keys had been disconnected. He's just rejoined the lobby. We'll hope to retake control of that car, which was ghosted for some time. But Waddenepe is trying to overtake Better Call Keys all the way in P8 as things stand. Man, Fana is out on those hard tires. We have lost Fana. Crash.
Crazy. We've lost half the grid. 7 in, 7 out.
7 in, 7 out. Man, that is absolutely unfortunate for Fana. But the fewer cars there are on this track, the less that all these guys have to worry about. Someone who is not worried so much right now is Nkwali in that Alpine, with that gap being 1.9 seconds as things stand. Instead of soft tires, we've had safety cars, so...
Skinny's within 5 tenths. Skinny's within 5 tenths.
Of Fig, yes.
Yebo.
As Nkwali takes the fastest lap, let's see how Skinny does.
Skinny Gamer with the 144.8. That's a tier 2 time.
That's a tier 2 time indeed. 6 tenths, 5 tenths, half a second, 3 tenths. He's inching closer. He's going to hope to get it done on this stretch of track. Ooh, that was very, very close. But as these two battle...
Is Gamer really driving or is Topoza driving?
I've seen Topoza in the comments.
It's a purple one again.
A purple sector does a Skinny Gamer. He's really hoping to get this move done, completed as soon as possible. Now, at the end of this lap, they will have just 3 to go before this race is over. So Skinny Gamer has his work cut out here into this slow through the chicane they go. And meanwhile, as these two catch up, Fig has managed to close his gap to Quali to
within
within less
5
than a
tenths.
second. Yes.
Skinny Gamer's 2 tenths down.
He's 2/10 down. Can he get? Oh, he takes a peek on the inside to Skinny Gamer. Oh, Fig goes hard onto those curves, but he manages to hang on to Fig as Skinny Gamer is really piling the pressure and
This is beautiful
forcing him
to
into
watch.
mistakes.
And he's pushing him. Oh,
He's absolutely pushing is Skinny Gamer on Fig, and he's forcing Fig really to, in turn, push on Nkwali. And as we are about to begin lap
DRS
13,
train.
DRS train, this is the most pressure that Nkwali has been in his hope to keep the lead. As you say, DRS train, DRS has been enabled. So this is, and Fig crashes into Nkwali, loses his wing, and will surely lose position crash.
This race is not over. Skinny Gamer's going for Nkwali.
Absolutely, that McLaren chasing and chasing as we lose Watanabe, who becomes the 8th driver to crash out of this race. Yellow flag in sector 3 as we are in
DRS
lap
locked in.
13.
Ooh, looks for it on the inside. No. He's pushing.
Skinny.
He's pushing. It is
Skinny.
Skinny.
Skinny Gamer is really pushing here. Fig is counting his lucky stars that having lost that wing, even at this stage, he has not been caught up. But Skinny Gamer is looking to go around the outside, but he does not get that move done.
But he pulls back into the inside.
He
Ooh.
really close does. He's coming so close. Well, the last person to push and quality that hard lost their wing. Skinny, will you lose your wing? Will you manage to keep your composure? Ooh,
DRS locked in.
right there, he's got that DRS, that rear wing open.
Too far
He
back.
is pushing and pushing. Is Skinny Gamer here in the McLaren? He's too far back. Crash. He's gonna look to get it done, possibly on the start-finish straight.
Ooh. Skinny Gamer goes through.
Skinny Gamer
Skinny Gamer goes through.
Go through. And what a move that was on an absolutely challenging point! And he crashes out!
It's gone.
He takes Nkwali out in lap 13 and 15. Nkwali, who led most of this race, is out of this race. Will be kicking himself. Crash!
Ooh. I don't know, huh? Should have backed off there. Nkwali should have backed off there.
Oh, man.
Oh my God.
Nkwali will be absolutely fuming, kicking himself. He is out. He had a golden opportunity to stand on that top step. But this man, Skinny Gamer in the McLaren, managed to take that spot, and Nkwali, who was attempting to fight back, unfortunately, is out. Meanwhile, at the back of this grid, as Fig gets...
Fig.
Yep, as Fig changes his wings, Sima Rules is fighting to get that last podium spot from Better Call Keys. The gap is about 8/10 between these two in lap 14 of 15. Quite a gap between the podium runners as things stand, but that final podium spot is up for grabs, and Sima Rules can smell blood here, Crash.
He is pushing. I mean, he's made 8 positions already. 4 tenths down. He's 4 tenths, 3 tenths, 2 tenths. Ooh.
Right, inches to the left, inches to the right, looking for an opportunity, looking for a sliver of opportunity that he will absolutely take. Now, by now, Sima is aware of all these other drivers who have crashed out, so it looks to be a mix of putting Keys under pressure while also making sure that he does not take unnecessary risks to his wings and his car. Man, these gaps as it stands, it is 8.5 seconds between P1 and P2. And 18 seconds between P2 and 3, and we are watching, of course, Sima Rules in P4 trying to get this move done on Better Call Keys with a Skinny Gamer. So that's a 1:44.7. Oh, ooh. Sima Rules really taking liberties with the track limits there, and trying not to.
His ambitions are over. His 3-second penalty has just been applied. So yeah,
3 seconds.
Let's go back with the leader.
Let us go back with the leader, Skinny Gamer, who managed to fight his way all the way from the bottom of this grid. Of course, he did not have the best qualifying session, but he nudged his way up position after position. He took full advantage of safety cars and now finds himself leading this race comfortably from Shezzy, who is another driver that we're going to pay close attention to as far as their performances so far in Tier 3 Crash.
Yeah, no, of course, in a stellar drive. So he's gained a total of 12 positions out of a total of 12. There were 14 and then there were 5.
Man, Skinny Gamer. Who is your driver of the day? Skinny Gamer has gained 12 places. My word. What a race it has been so far. In the comment section, Nkwali, some broken heart emojis from Kaboza. I cry with Nkwali, says Lungsta. And we don't want to see bumper cars. Tepiso says overtake with Tepa. They must leave damage standard. And yeah. Well, Tepiso says, I think damage needs to be reduced in the comment section. And Dini had fears that we might not end up with a podium.
Penultimate corner for Skinny Gamer.
Skinny Gamer, who fought his way down from 12th place, or rather from 13th place, gaining 12 places, takes the final corner, takes this race out in Singapore, and 9.5 seconds behind Skinny Gamer to take the second spot is Chevy in the Aston Martin, continuing a good run of form here in Tier 3 Crash.
Yeah, still a drive from the gentleman, still a drive. Good strategy, good calls. Shout out to Skinny Gamer. Fastest on track. Collects all 26 points, actually, yeah?
All 26 points as Better Call Keys makes his way to that final corner. He's managed to hang on here and take advantage of the drama to take P3, the final spot on the podium in that Williams. SEMA Rules manages to rebound to P4 in this race, and 11 seconds behind SEMA is this man in the Red Bull, Fig. Those are the only drivers to finish this dramatic race in Singapore Crash.
Yeah, definitely. Still a drive from the guys. Bad calls, bad mistakes here and there, but you can see the improvements is there. I mean, it's the third race that they're racing in, and they've figured out some of the rules. I think I saw only one DT, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, there was not even a single drive-through today, so that was quite impressive.
Yep, absolutely impressive. The drives are getting better. The precision is improving. The speeds are absolutely impressive, especially from some of our front runners out here in Tier 3. That has been your race in Singapore, and a pretty entertaining one, Crash.
No, definitely. Very, very good race. Worth staying up for. It's obviously an evening race. Good to see the turnout there in terms of our fellow live chat people. There's 22 currently in the party, so that was brilliant. Barring myself, yourself, and Zota, who are actually on paddock. So yeah, that's brilliant. Thanks for the support for everyone. Thanks for the comments. And yeah.
Thank you, everybody. We will see you for Tier 1 racing here in Singapore tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. This is BrakeAway F1 from myself and Crash. It is thank you and good night.
Good night.